Right now, enterprise AI is stuck in a cycle where companies buy massive, expensive models and wander their halls looking for problems to solve. When you start with abstract technology rather than a specific operational outcome, the resulting solutions almost always fail to connect to the actual daily work. This creates a specific financial trade-off, a high upfront R&D expenditure that ultimately results in zero measurable improvement to the bottom line. Forward-deployed engineering is the alternative, starting directly on the front line with the operation. The first step is observing the bottleneck in close physical proximity, watching exactly how a request moves through the business. This observation is how you map the exceptions. You'll quickly find that official company policy almost never matches how the work is actually handled by the people doing the job. We've put this together to help you identify the specific, high-value locations in your business where your first AI workflow is most likely to succeed. Getting a result that actually shows up in the quarterly metrics requires mapping the gritty friction your team faces every day. Before you write a line of code or sign a vendor contract, you need to grade every potential project against a strict scoring matrix. The first sign of a strong workflow is high volume. Automating highly repetitive tasks generates the rapid evidence you need to prove the system works. To get this data, leadership often has to bypass the exciting AI prototypes and focus on high-volume back-office work. Sign 2. Information movement. You must identify where manual copy-paste bottlenecks slow down the process. Third, measurable backlogs. Pause the build phase to manually measure delays and establish a baseline. This can feel like a delay in progress, but without accurate metrics, your ROI proof is impossible to defend. Fourth, a clear human owner. You need a frontline expert to resolve edge cases. Finally, a safe testing environment. Use shadow mode to protect operations while tuning. When a project meets all 5 criteria, it moves from a risky gamble to a predictable business investment. Consider a common scenario: a back-office clerk who is currently buried under hundreds of messy, unstructured customer request emails pouring in every single day. In the discovery phase, an engineer sits with that clerk to observe exactly how they manually extract data and decide where each request should be sent. This is the request lifecycle. The clerk receives the email, identifies the issue, searches for context, and routes the ticket to the right department. The forward-deployed approach isolates interpretive steps from deterministic ones. Here, AI assists with identifying the email and drafting the route, while standard code handles the database search and initial receipt. Crucially, there is a human checkpoint. The AI only drafts the routing ticket. The clerk has to review the information and click the final button before any action is taken. The result is a massive reduction in the backlog and a measurable ROI, all without the risk of a model sending an unreviewed response to a customer. Applying AI to one specific node of a workflow is vastly superior to trying to replace an entire job role with an autonomous model. Selecting the wrong project can stall your progress for years. There are 3 specific starting points that almost always guarantee failure. Trap 1. Undefined company policy. AI cannot solve management confusion. It will simply execute the wrong rules at high speed. The second trap is automating rare, high-risk decisions. Using AI for final legal or medical choices creates unacceptable operational risk. Without human checkpoints, high-severity failures cause immediate, lasting reputation damage. Trap 3 is rebuilding existing software. It's a waste of resources to build custom AI for a problem off-the-shelf software handles perfectly. Reinventing the wheel with AI increases your maintenance costs and adds unnecessary complexity to a workflow you could have solved with a simple subscription. Having the discipline to say no to these 3 traps is the best way to prevent budget drain and project fatigue. Successful enterprise AI isn't about a broad, company-wide rollout. It's about building, proving, and generalizing one bounded workflow at a time. This choice requires patience. You have to be willing to look closely at your broken processes, but the trade-off is a system that actually handles real-world data. NEPA AI is a forward-deployed engineering company built for this specific approach. They help businesses identify, build, and test the bounded, measurable workflows we've discussed today. NEPA engineers work directly with your frontline experts, mapping real-world exceptions and building integrations that fit into your existing software stack. You can visit nepa.ai to begin evaluating your first potential workflow project. Remember, start with the workflow, not the AI.